Hello, it's Paolo, and this is my second vlog. It's the 10th of October, so I'm a little late. I will try to be more on time next month and have the vlog out for in the first week of each month. But this time I have a list of the points I want to talk about, which will hopefully make a better vlog, and also we have a background music, use improvement. So let's talk of life. How's life going? I'm still on a diet. It's going well. I'm still losing weight slowly. Well, slower than before, at least, but at a good pace still. I'm getting used to the 5 meals a day stuff of the diet, which is very good. Now I can better focus on writing because I'm also stretching my day. I used to have lunch and dinner quite early, lunch around midday and dinner, well, early, let's say. Now I'm stretching the morning a little more. I have lunch around 2 p.m. and so I can have dinner at more late time. Now it's 8 p.m. and I still haven't had dinner, so it's better. I have more time to work. Before I had a lot of trouble eating 5 meals a day and working on writing at the same time. Unfortunately, though, my back started hurting a little. It's probably the weather because it's very cold in Italy right now. It's only October, but we have near 10 degrees Celsius in the night, which is really, really cold. We should be, I think, 5 degrees above at least. Anyway, also this comes with gray skies and clouds and sadness and well, fall, which I don't like, and I have to fight against it just to wake up in the morning. I don't like this season at all. I've not worked a lot in September. What I said in my previous blog pretty much kept being the same for the whole month of September, but October started a little better. I'm working a little more. I have a new job, which is a little better. Also, I found some typography or publishing work for November and December, which means a little stability. I can plan on doing this work and getting paid for them. So this helps in easing my mind. And of course, the happier I am, the more I write. A happy artist is an artist who does a lot of art. It sounds awful, but it's true. I should probably think of a better wording for this one. The words are not important. The meaning is the more happy I am, the more I write. So, now writing. I haven't worked on my novel, Alex Rider. I just wrote the first scene, but it's very short, it's like 500 words. Because I worked... Oh, wait, no, before that. I haven't worked on my novel, but I published a flash fiction, a piece called A Magic Moment, which I wrote for an online contest. It's contemporary fiction, which I never wrote before, so hopefully it's decent. And it's I liked it. The prompt for the contest was betrayal, and I think it's a two-way betrayal, at least. Well, read it and let me know. It's very cringy. I say you, you should know before going in that it's the cringiest story I ever wrote. But I think it's good, it's decent. Let me know what you think about it. I was saying I haven't worked on my novel, which is the third time I say that. fantastic vlog. This list is very helping. It's helping a lot. Take a deep breath. I was saying, I've worked more on my novella, which I think it's a novelette because it's less than 10,000 words. Let's call it a novella. Elf Thief is the working title. I've received feedback, a lot of feedback from my new writing group. I will talk about it later. But if you remember my last vlog, I had an issue with the setting not being strong enough in it, so I added element of setting in it. Turns out that setting is boring. I did a huge info dump for the first two chapters, essentially, and the feedback I received is that the first two chapters suck, and the third one is good. So I now need to do a second draft. The one I did before, let's call it 1.5 draft, because I only did it for the first chapter. Yes, only for the first one. And now so I have to rewrite at the beginning. I will start from the story from the third chapter, which is more in media res, in the middle of the action. But I want to salvage the setting element of the first two chapters, so I have to find a way to fit this information in the new first chapter and eventually add another one to convey the plot information and the setting information that I want to convey, because the main purpose of this novella was to show this fantastic, this fantasy world and how my fantasy races are different from the usual tropes and stereotypes. But working on this novella, I realized that the best way for me to explore my setting is to write short stories in it. I have some notes I wrote before writing and plotting the novella, but this month I wrote 2 stories and a half. The first one, the romance story of the dwarf, which I talked about in my last vlog, and which is called The Swamp Scene. You can find it in the post here on my Patreon. I also wrote another story about humans, which in my world are a symbiotic race. They are in symbiosis with dragons. So, okay, a step back. Every fantasy race has magic aside from humans. This is a standard trope, a trope every fantasy writer uses sometimes. I wanted to change that because it's not interesting. I want every race to have magic in my world. So, but I wanted to stay true to the stereotype anyway. So I created this symbiotic union between dragons and humans. Dragons dragons are little and cute, so cute, and they feed on human energy. In exchange, they provide magic to the humans. Not big stuff. The main character dragons has the ability to produce kale, the vegetable, a lot of kale, as much as they need. So the main character became a kale merchant. I think it's very fun. Of course, there are powerful dragons, but well, we will see when I write about it. Anyway, I discovered that the more I want to know about my world, the more I have to write short stories. I even wrote another one. This one about the human and dragons, which is called My Little Dragons. Wink. It's waiting for feedback from my group. The other one is already on my Patreon, only for patrons for now. It will be released well, when I have another story, I will make it public. And it's called the Creators Council, and it's about gods. My fantasy world will have gods. What can I say? In the end, this novella turned out to be a multi-story project. I'm going to keep writing stories set in this world, in Genaya, the name of the world, based on what the author, want to know about the world. It's amazing. It's it's fantastic to how much I can discover that I don't know about the world if I write a story set in it. I have my starting notes. The notes I added for these short stories are almost double in length than the original notes I wrote and I used for my 10,000 word novella. So I'm really discovering so much stuff. Also, I realized today I have to draw a map, which is scaring me a lot. I can't draw at all. But back to my multi-story project. This project I'm pushing it forward in my writing group. I joined an online group. It's on Discord. It's full of lovely and amazing people from, well, pretty much all over the world. There's a couple of guys from the United States, one from Australia, and some Europeans. There's a guy from Greece, one from Norway, one from Netherlands, and one from Scotland. So yeah, and I, which I'm Italian, so very all around the world. Every one of us has a project in this group, a main project. Mine is Genaya. The other, I think they all have a novel. Yes, I'm the only one which project is not a full-fledged novel. But I know that someone has a series of novel. Well, anyway, we give feedback to each other on what we write. We set goals. I have goals for October. And we write sometimes other stuff, short stories. The one, My Little Dragons, it's for this group. I'm waiting on feedback for them, but the submission date is the 15th of October. So, well, at least another week before I have feedback on that. And also another week before you can see it published here. I'm sorry. But this gives me a lot of energy that I can put into writing, because before the only person which gave me feedback was my fiancée. She's amazing. She gives me amazing feedback. But I noticed that other writers can give me different feedback than the one she gave me. So I'm combining these two sources of feedback, and it's helping me a lot. Knowing what are my mistakes is helping me a lot, very much, to go on. And also it's giving me the strength to keep working on this novella, which I really need to finish. It's my main goal for October is to at least edit or do the second draft for the first 3 chapters of the novella, because I have to prove to myself that I can actually finish this novella. It's the longest thing I ever wrote, and all the other long things I did are, let's not say abandoned, but I'm not working on them. Alex Rider, the novel, and other stuff I wrote before, some in Italian, which will never see the light of day. But I want to finish this novella. I have to prove myself that I can finish it. Also, for October, there's Inktober, which is an hashtag on Twitter. I already used an hashtag before, Mermaid, in May of this year. The hashtag is a challenge to draw, it's for Illustrator, a piece every day for the whole month. In May was a mermaid every day. In October is an ink. If you know illustration, you understand. Only the black and white, without colors or shades. I can't draw at all. So I'm going to write a story about ink, or related to ink in some way. It will probably be about human dragons or gods in Genaya, because I want to write other stuff in Genaya, and human/dragons and gods is what I'm exploring right now. I also have goblins that I may want to go back to. I wrote something, I have some notes about the race, but not very much. But they are interesting, and the swamps in short story has 3 goblins in it, which I think are funny and lovable character, and they deserve to a story when they are the protagonist, or at least they have more screen time than in the swamp scene. Also, so October's goals are edit or do the second draft of the novella, write a Inktober story. I also have an Amazon Merch and a Redbubble account, are 2 websites where designers can put their work and sell t-shirts with various design. I have uploaded some of my design, but I want to do a little more for it, because well, it can be an interesting source of income. I not expect to make a living out of it, but $10 here, $10 there. So I will put the link down below if you want to check it, and if you like the design and you want to buy a shirt, please feel free. Also, if you want to share those links or my Patreon, I will be very grateful. I will take this occasion to say hi to my new Patreon, which arrived yesterday. Welcome to my writing blog. I think it's all for now. I will try to publish my next vlog in the first week of November, so wait for it. And I will see you next month, or I will read you online if you want to get in touch with me on my social media or comment here in my Patreon page. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.